Namaste, hello, it's lovely to connect with you today. My name is Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube, and I'm here to share some guidance with you for Wednesday and Thursday, the 4th and the 5th of October. So, extra special welcome. Yay, I can see your comments. Hi Valentina, hi Stephanie and Sally. Barbie's here with lots of love hearts. Hi Heather and Lottie. Hi Ryan and Rhiannon. Maria, it's so nice to see your comments. Honestly, it was so weird that last video I did yesterday, not having any interaction. Hi Missy and Martha and Elizabeth. Aisha, Sharon's here. Suzanne, Leslie, wow, you're all just flowing in. Hi Chelsea. So if you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, and I'm going to be looking for the best card for Wednesday the 4th of October and Thursday the 5th of October. So I'm pulling one card for each of those days and then one card for the theme for Wednesday and Thursday. This is general guidance for everyone. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today, so I trust that you've been led here for a reason and that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. Just take on board what feels right to you and let the rest go. So you'll know if it's guidance for you because it will feel like I'm speaking directly to you. It will make sense to you what I'm talking about. So if it does, then great, pay attention to it. If it doesn't make any sense, just let it go. If it feels confronting to you or challenges you, or you're curious about something that I talk about, then I encourage you to sit on it for a couple of days and feel for what the truth is for you. So, extra special welcome to our Temple of Balance patrons, our Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. You help me be able to bring these sorts of videos to you and share the guidance and the resources that I do offer. And also you help me put food on the table for me and my family. So thank you so much for your support. I feel I'm just going to start. Because I'm inside, it's raining outside, and I just finished doing the online drumming circle, which was fantastic. Thank you to all of you who joined me for that. For the last hour, I've been, drumming pretty much, which has been wonderful. So I have my drum here, and I've got my singing bell, and I've got access to most of my tools. So if I need to grab something and do some energy work, then I have these things available. So we will see. Let's look now for the best card for Wednesday, the 4th of October. So if it's not Wednesday for you yet, you can think of this as a hearts up or a heads up, but a hearts up feels better. Think of this as guidance in advance. There is guidance for Tuesday. If you're still in your Tuesday, you can go back to one of my other videos that I did a couple of days ago. So Wednesday the 4th of October, let's have a look and see. I trust the best card that's most helpful for the majority of us will find its way right here. So what's it going to be? It's this. It's actually quite exciting revealing the card. It's quite exciting. This card has not come up for a long time. The koala. If you've only recently been watching my videos for the last few weeks or months, you may not have ever even seen this card. Oh, we're having connecting issues, are we? I'm not really sure. I think it might be okay from my end. But anyway, we have the koala, card 52, and it says ponder, slow, quiet, grandfather, and wait. Now this is a featured card, as you probably notice, because it's not in portrait style, it's in landscape. But this is the only featured card that doesn't want us to pull another card. It just inspires or encourages us to meditate, reflect, and ponder. So there's a slow moving energy around for Wednesday. And we've been guided. I think, yeah, wait is in this. The wait word, the patience word keeps coming up, doesn't it, these last few videos? But I feel this slowing down, this taking our time, this sense of stepping back in a way from needing to rush is what I'm feeling for Wednesday. So we might feel quite restful, quite slow moving, and if that's something that we're able to do depending on our schedule and our obligations, then we may find that we want to capture some restful moments or some contemplative moments throughout our Wednesday. It just feels to be like the nature of the energy, where we're just going to probably want to just sit quietly and listen and just be. We may feel that we don't really want to say much. We might just want to be in a space of being and contemplating and resting and listening and feeling and just simply being. So quite a gentle, quiet, waiting, pondering energy, slow energy around for Wednesday, which is quite, this is part of the ebb and flow, so it's not a bad thing. I feel sometimes we think that we have to always be busy or always be productive or always be sociable, but we're not always in that space. And this is part of the natural ebb and flow, that natural rhythm that we will find for ourselves. So those slow moving moments, yes, we may get a bit frustrated. We may have things that we want to do and we have to get done, or we may feel a bit like we're pushing against that need to rest. But if we can just ease into it and enjoy what the rest time has to offer, then we may find it quite beneficial and nourishing to help us move to that next phase. So there is quite a resting energy around anyway in general, but quite strong for Wednesday. So I trust that makes sense to you. So that's Wednesday's guidance. How are you anyway? I trust that you're feeling good and things are flowing well for you in your life. If you are struggling, either in the short term or the long term, just remember and remind yourself to go gently. Sometimes reminding ourselves that it's okay to go gently and to be gentle and kind to ourselves can really help take that inner conflict out and help us go more in, move more in with that flow, which has been quite strong too lately. So I'm now looking for the best card for Thursday, the 5th of October. So let's see what the guidance is, which will be this card. Drum roll here. Hold on, I thought I had two cards. Okay, we've got card 43 called Harmony, and this one hasn't come up for a while too. So this is Harmony, and Harmony's keywords say sound, tuned in, expression, music and song. So Thursday's very favourable to get out our favourite music and really immerse ourselves within that beautiful energy and sound and the qualities and it's almost a language, isn't it, of music. So whether it's music with words or just music that whatever makes our hearts sing will be probably very supportive for us on Thursday. So there's this sense of moving into a deeper sense and a deeper space of harmony on Thursday. And I get this feeling that our ability and our willingness to allow ourselves space to rest and go gently and go a little bit slower if that's what we're inspired to do on Wednesday will help prepare us for this space of harmony that we're moving into. So when we're feeling off or uncomfortable or things aren't really in the flow for us and we're agitated, listening to music can help lift our spirits. So if you've been in a particularly low space lately, don't wait till Thursday. If you're hearing this on Wednesday or even your Tuesday and you've been feeling low, don't forget that energy and the beautiful sound of music might help you more than you realise right now, but especially it will be supportive on Thursday. So allow yourself to come back into harmony, come back into balance. Now remember with your balance, or I'm not sure if you've thought about it in this way, but I've talked about it before. But I found, of course, being my work being Temple of Balance, I've been exploring and kind of studying and playing with what balance means to me for a long time now. And I found that balance is a very personal thing. So my space of balance and what balances me is going to be different to what balances you. Also, I've noticed through my exploration of balance is that when we get knocked off balance, we need to make some adjustments to get back into balance again, but it's a new space of balance. So the balance and what used to help us hold in that space of balance that used to work for us may not work for us now, today, in this moment, because we've changed. So as we change and we get knocked off balance and we get knocked about a bit in our life and we work out how to move through things and things like this, then we need to also work out how we can readjust ourselves to find that new space of balance. It's almost like a new center that we establish when we go through a period of change like we have been. So be careful that you don't think, especially on Thursday, that you want to get back into the state of balance or work with the things that used to be great for you in the past. Be careful you don't try and go back to the past things, because I feel that we are working out new ways of finding that state of balance or harmony within us. So to feel in the moment, to tap into our intuition in those moments, rather than trying to fall back to how things used to be and remember the great person that we were or the great person that this other person was and how good things used to be. I think we have to be careful falling back to that trap, because it does hold us in a space of unbalance and there's a sense of us wanting to be who we used to be, or someone else being who they used to be, or life being how it used to be. Things change, we change, and we have to find a new state of balance. So a new state of balance, a new state of being based on who we are today. So we can find that for ourselves. We've found it before and we can find it again. So music may be the key or part of the key to help us re-establish that sense of balance again. I have a huge delay. Please stay, because I want to pull the theme card. I'm telling my connection. So yeah, that's the energy and the guidance for Thursday. Let's look now for the theme card for Wednesday and Thursday. So I think of the theme as helping us bring these days together, or helping us see the bigger picture for Wednesday and Thursday. So the theme card is going to be, I think my connection's caught up with me, is going to be this here. And we've got card 44, Wolf. Now, have you noticed all three cards? I mean, Wolf's come up a little bit in the last couple of weeks, but the other two are very new cards. We haven't had those for quite a while. So this is a very positive shift. Before I talk about this card, in general, it's showing us that we are changing and we are moving into the new more than we might realize. When we get repetitive cards over and over again in the same reading or reading after reading, then we're still in the same sort of energy. So the new cards are showing that we're moving into a new space, which is something that's really encouraging for us. So card 44 is the theme, called Wolf, and the key words say instincts, moon, cycles, flow, and trust. So I think the full moon's around the 5th of October, so we're only a day or two away from the full moon. So this is talking about the cycles, and especially the cycles of the moon. So if you have a special connection with the moon cycles, the lunar cycles, work with them. There's nothing to blame about what's going on with the moon. So, you know, I feel we have to be careful that we're not blaming the full moon for feeling aggressive or oversensitive emotionally. I feel like things like the moon trigger certain emotions or certain things within us that we can work with. So it's like a catalyst, if you like. But we are going through cycles of change. And this card talks about the flow. And the flow is extremely important this week. And a lot of us have been questioning it, feeling on it, and working out what our flow is and how we can go with the flow. So going with the flow doesn't mean that we're not going to be dealt or deal with challenges. Doesn't mean we're immune to that. Going with the flow means that we are in the moment of when that challenge comes up, so we can deal with it, look at the facts that are being presented, shift or adjust and move forward, or whatever it is. I mean, that's very general, but we can deal with things easier when we're in the flow, I've noticed. So when we're in the flow, in alignment with our natural rhythm, and like with our balance, our natural rhythm is different for everyone. So your natural rhythm, your flow is going to be very different from my flow. And what's important to me and my personality and my lifestyle, my environment, all contributes to what my flow is, as well as what my balance is. And perhaps there's not a lot of difference between going with the flow and being in a state of balance. I mean, is there really much difference? In this moment, I don't feel there is. So work out what your flow is for you. Work out who you are. If you don't know who you are, it's going to be difficult for you to recognize your flow or your balance, because you won't really know who you are and what things are important to you and what things you don't want to bring into your life, if that makes sense. So get to know who you are by paying attention to your thoughts, paying attention to your feelings, how you feel. Pay attention to what you say. Pay attention to your actions the actions that you take. All of these things will help you establish who you are and notice who you are and build your relationship with you. So as you build your relationship with you, then you're going to be in a clearer space, a more empowered space, to align further with your flow, with your natural rhythm. So if you're struggling to feel what your flow is or your balance is, then take it a step back and get to know who you are. Spend some time with you over Wednesday and Thursday. I mean, we're always spending time with us, but how much of that time are we spending that's really beneficial and nourishing? So, trust in the flow, trust in your natural rhythm. Trust in yourself. So that's the guidance for Wednesday and Thursday. I trust it resonates. I've used my Speed of Light Oracle cards today, which are my favourite deck at the moment. I know. Well, I created them, I guess. But if you do want to learn more about them, you can learn more on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. I might do a bit of drumming or play this. Actually, I might play the singing bell in just a minute if you want to hang around for a few extra minutes. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you'd like to connect more privately, just send us a message through our website. We have my next public healing event is on the Power Day of this month, which is the 10th of October, which is a Tuesday. It's actually next Tuesday, but I may be streaming on Monday for you, depends on your time zone. So that'll be a great time for you to receive some healing and join us in sending love and healing out to others and around our beautiful planet. Have a look in the events tab on my Temple of Balance Facebook page, because I have listed the event there, but the events are very suppressed, so you may not have seen it yet. But I do have the world clock. You can schedule in the time. I've got it all organised. So have a look if you're inspired to. If you want to learn more about the work I do at Temple of Balance or support my work, please have a look at templeofbalance.com.au. So I'm going to use the singing bell now, if you'd like to hang around for a few minutes. Let's think about, unless there's something very pressing that you need to focus on right now, then please focus on that. Trust your intuition. But if you don't have anything pressing, let's think about using and working with the singing bell to help us align further with our natural rhythm, to align further with our flow, to align further with our balance. And whichever wording works or feels best for you, that resonates best, then just use whichever wording that you want, because I feel that they're all very similar right now. I've got the cat climbing all around my desk here, poking her little head up. She really likes to be involved lately, doesn't she? Okay, a nice deep breath. Please don't have any expectations. Let's just be in the moment and listen and connect in with our body and how we feel. And we'll go with that flow. You may notice when I'm sharing in my videos, I have no plan. I'd have a little piece of paper here that reminds me of the days and any little notes that I have to talk about, anything that's coming up. But apart from that, otherwise I'm going to say a random day. Apart from that, I just really trust the flow, and I found it extremely helpful as far as a way of life, is helping take the stress out of nearly everything is by being in that flow. So let's think about, as we connect with the bell, how we can further align with our own natural flow, our natural rhythm, our balance. So feel on it and listen. And I'm not going to talk, so enjoy. Okay, one last movement. So take some nice deep breaths. Don't overthink it, but just feel. Okay, another nice deep breath. I've found one of the keys to going with the flow is to listen to how you feel. And that includes listening to how you feel in your body, listening how you feel about things, and really being in a space of feeling seems to really align us in with that flow. Well, it does for me. It may for you as well. I also, when I'm considering how can I get further into the flow and what that means for me at the time, I look out at things out in nature and look at things that inspire that flow within me. So most of the time it's a river or usually a river and moving water that helps me connect in with what the flow might feel like if I'm not feeling it. So you might find the flow like wind or like rain, like mountains, or the movement of grass or a tree in the wind. Fire perhaps might be something that feels flowing and moving to you, or perhaps more of a stability like the earth itself, or dirt, or getting your hands into some dirt. So if you're inspired to explore going with the flow just that bit more, have a look around, have a look within, tap into how you feel, and perhaps also think about questioning or exploring if you're trusting in the flow and trusting in the movement, trusting in the intuition, trusting in your life. Because if you feel like if you're holding back, if you feel lack of trust in yourself or lack of trust in your life or lack of trust in the flow, then you're going to be holding back. When you hold back, you're not really in the flow. You're trying to hold yourself in whatever it might be that you're holding yourself in. Sometimes anxiety or worry or fear about taking that first step. Sometimes we hold ourselves back because we're scared to be ourselves, or we doubt ourselves, or we may be wanting to live in that past tense like I talked a bit about before. So when you hold back, you're not going to be in the flow. So think about how you can surrender your hold and just embrace the moment and trust in that forward movement and allow yourself to feel your way forward. Is that really any different to going with the flow? Perhaps not. So some things to think about and feel upon if you're inspired to. So thank you so much for connecting today. I trust you've enjoyed our time together. I will be reading all of your comments when I get back onto my computer in just a few minutes. So thank you so much. Have a fantastic Wednesday and Thursday, and I'll be back to share with you again soon. Thank you. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Namaste.